He's permanently there, and the devotees were doing tapasya. So that was about the Satya Yuga. So can anyone tell me when the next Yuga is Treta Yuga, what changed?
Haribol Prabhu, can I give a try?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, as per my limited knowledge, the lifespan got shorter, and
Yeah,
the way
excellent
of
knowledge.
worship, the way of worship also changed. Where in Satya Yuga they were worshipping like by tapa, it came into dhyan or yagya, if I'm not wrong.
Yes,
I'm
correct,
just trying,
Mataji.
Prabhuji. Yeah. So, yeah, I think, I mean, as per my knowledge, I know these two differences, Prabhuji.
And what happened to Dharma?
I think Dharma was as same as in Satya Yuga.
Okay.
I'm
And
not really sure, Prabhuji.
no, it's okay. It's okay. Thank you
Yeah,
so
I'm
much.
just trying. Yeah.
Yeah. And who appeared in Treta Yuga?
Lord Ram.
Excellent. And which is the Tirtham for Treta Yuga?
I mean, are you asking for Ayodhya, the birthplace of Ram? Or,
Yeah, that is of course there. So just 2 points. Dharma reduced by 25%, it became 75%, and then the Tirtham is Rameswaram.
okay. Haribol, yeah. Okay, okay. The out of Char Dham, one is Rameshwaram. Thank you,
So
Prabhuji.
thank you. So the next yuga is which yuga? Dwapar Yuga. What happened to the age?
It got reduced to 1000 years, Prabhu.
Yes, for further 10% reduction. What happened to Dharma?
Dharma only like 2 legs were there from Satya Yuga.
Yes,
Yeah.
50%. We were doing tapasya in Satya Yuga, we are doing yagna in Treta Yuga. So Dwapar Yuga is
deity worship, Prabhu.
yeah, puja archana, correct. Who is the Lord in Dwapar Yuga? Who appeared?
Our dearmost Krishna.
Yes, and which is the place just like Badrika in Satya Yuga, Treta Yuga is Rameshwaram, Dwapar Yuga, which is the Dham.
Dwarkadhish.
Yes, Lord Dwarkadhish, and the place is Dwarkapuri. Excellent.
Haribol.
So, in which is our current Yuga?
Kali.
Kali Yuga.
Yes, and Sat Yuga is Tapasya, Yagna in Treta Yuga, Archana, Puja in Dwapar Yuga, Kali Yuga is
Chanting. Sankirtan.
Hari Bol. The age got reduced 100,000, 10,000, 1,000 now.
I think around 50 or 100 years only for human life.
Every yuga we are seeing a 10% reduction, so it becomes 100 years. So though we know that even the 100 years is not true today, because people are dying earlier. Dharma dropped from 100 to 75%, 75 to 50%, and in Kali Yuga, Dharma is what percentage?
25.
25%, yes. So Sunil Prabhu, you can advance the slide. And then which is the Dham for Kali Yuga?
Puri.
Puri
Jagannath
Dham.
Puri.
And who is the Lord there?
Jagannath.
Jagannath.
Lord
Krishna.
Jagannath, yes. Hare Krishna. Jai Jagannath.
Jai
So the
Jagannath.
objective today is to take you all to Jagannath Puri Dham, because we have been planning to go, for the yatras. So we're going to, glorify the Dham and also talk about Lord Jagannath. So the next slide, Sunil Prabhu. I want to talk about the attributes in Kali Yuga. So general attributes, you see, Mand Ayu, right? So the age has dropped, we can see. Manda Buddhi, lesser intelligence. Manda Gati, so we are lazy people. We don't want to do anything. Anyone around the globe, except you great people, if you look around in general, people just don't want to work. They don't want to do anything. And when it comes to taking any benefits, then they definitely they are number one in line. However, when it comes to putting the honest work, there will be very few people. Then another tendency of Kali Yuga is upadravi people. They're very eager to take up arguments. They would tend more to disagree with other people and then pick up quarrels. Some people would not sleep until they've had some kind of these kind of discussions where the chest thumping is there. And Manda Bhagya. So some people would contest that why you're saying that the luck is also down. In fact, we say that in Kali Yuga we are very lucky also, which is both true. So some examples is while in the earlier yugas there were so many prescribed duties and responsibilities, and also strict rules and punishments for making those mistakes. So we have been through the mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Lord Chaitanya and Srila Prabhupada, we have chanting. We know that Hari Nam is the reliever for this yuga, and there are absolutely no restrictions. However, we still find that chanting is a big challenge. So then can we agree that it is Manda Bhagya? Yeah. Some observations. What generally happens in classes when people are attending classes, especially in the Bhagavatam class? What do you observe? Some people tend to
Nidra Devi, Prabhu.
Huh?
Nidra Devi ki jai.
Yes, correct. People tend to sleep. Yeah. An interesting observation here is when people are honoring the prasad, does anyone sleep?
No,
So,
Babuji. We
yeah,
wake up instead.
so while we're eating, we do not sleep at all. And more observations is, when we get the plate, are we bothered that rest of the people have got it, and are we just looking at our plate, or we tend to look at plates nearby? मुझे भी सब कुछ मिला कि नहीं मिला, मेरा quantity उसका quantity. This happens, yeah. So in general, this does not apply, of course, to the devotees. Are we searching for the Lord? Are we going to the dhamas? So these are the questions that come to mind when we are talking about these Kali Yuga traits. And let's look at so while we are in Kali Yuga, so what should we do then? With and especially when we have these kind of challenges. So next slide, please, Sunil Prabhuji. So as Santosh Prabhuji rightly said, the Lord of Kali Yuga is Lord Jagannath, and we should go to the Puri Dham. And let's look at why we should go there. So he has our accounts. You go to any deity today, they will direct us back to Lord Jagannath, that go to Lord Jagannath. The Puri Dham is magnanimous. You walk anywhere there. It's like you have done several Ashwamedha Yagnas. The Puri Dham is like you eat anywhere, like you are eating prasadam. Now, as we discussed, that we tend to get we feel sleepy. So it is said that even while you are sleeping in in the dham, it's just like you're doing Danvat Pranam. And the Lord is so merciful that he said that you just come, have darshan, and eat the prasadam, and that's it. You are liberated. Lord is looking for us with his eyes wide open. So it's not that, we are searching for the Lord. In fact, the Lord is looking for us. So you can see the big eyes, which never close. So the Lord is looking for us. And then another observation that you see from arms of the Lord. So those arms are wide open, and the Lord is Bhaktavatsala. He is looking for us. He wants to hug us. And again, like from our busy life, how much time we are giving for the absolute truth. Everything that we do should be just a support, while our primary focus should be on the absolute truth. However, that doesn't happen this way. We give some time. However, are we remembering the Lord all the time? So some people do not even have time to go to the temples, or do the worship at home, or go to dhamas. So here such a glory of the Lord, magnanimity, that Lord is actually coming out to give us darshan. So a lot of places, there would be some restrictions, and some people may not be able to go into the temple. They may complain. However, through the Rath Yatra, we know that the Lord comes out, and he gives darshan to all the people without any restrictions. So this is how the Jagannath Puri Dham is, and why we shouldn't go there. So let's look at some more very interesting facts, and some of them are very amazing, because people, so the so-called scientists who do not believe, sometimes they have been trying to find answers to some of these facts, and they have not been successful. So the Puri Jagannath Mandir today is Krishna's largest temple, largest functioning temple, and it has a special mention in Rig Veda, Skanda Puran, Narada Puran, Padma Puran, Brahma Puranas, and of course glorified by Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Srila Prabhupada as well, as we know. So some of the facts here: the flag, and there is Sudarshan Chakra at the top of the temple. They are visible from anywhere in the city. The temple is very tall. It is almost like 200 feet high. However, there is no shadow any time during the day for such a tall structure. Anywhere there is no shadow, absolutely no shadow. The flag, which is at the top, the pataka, uh, it's always flying in the other direction of the wind, which is unbelievable, but it is true. Then this flag is being changed each day. This is followed by the generations through the Lord's order. A person from this clan, he would climb every day, and that too backwards, not the front. He won't climb like in the front style. He would be just climbing with the back, and he climbs almost like 214 feet, which is like 45 stories. And this is done each day, 6 to 7 p.m., whatever may happen. So the flag is changed each day. At the top of the temple, never any birds sit. There's been absolutely no proof of that. The birds do not fly. No plane has ever flown over. Even if they go in that direction, their directions change. They're not able to fly over the temple. So when these observations, we hear, what comes to our mind? What is the understanding that we get? So what we learn here is there's nothing above Krishna and Balrama. So that's why you see that there's nothing that can go over these temple. And the bhoga, it's very special. Bhoga is made in the pots, and 7 pots are kept one over one. And then the interesting thing is, while the flames are at the lowest pot, the food gets cooked first on the topmost pot. So it's very interesting The winds that blow usually they are from the ocean side to the land during the day, the land to the water in the evening. However, it is reverse in the Puri Dham. Also, the temple is very near to this shore, so the waves can be heard anytime, anywhere, inside the temple, all places. However, there are various dwars through which we enter into the temple. So there is, when we enter through the Simha Dwar, there is an absolute silence. You don't hear anything. And we know about the glorious Rath Yatra. Thanks again to Srila Prabhupada. ISKCON has promoted the Rath Yatra all over the globe, and all of us and all the devotees around the world, we are very enthusiastic. We are looking forward to the Rath Yatras. So every year when the Rath Yatra time comes, it rains on that particular day, whatever may happen. It's been an observation for years, non-stop. Then the bhoga is prepared by several hundred devotees. Now, there is no particular count. Like when we do programs at our home, we know exactly how many people would be coming, and then the Matajis get an idea, and with that we prepare. However, here the visitors have a massive swing. They go up and down. However, the prasadam is never short through the mercy of Lord Jagannath. It's always there for everyone, and it's never left over either. So, any questions so far?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes, Mataji.
Like जो पताका है, that pataka blows toward the river side of the wind.
Yes.
Why it happens? I mean, that is the curiosity to us, that why it happens so.
Okay, so I do not know the reason for that, Mataji, but this is, yes, an observation. It's a good question. We'd like to find that out. However, this is one point that, which is usually, it should not happen as per our, basic physics and science, but it happens. So from that perspective, it has its importance, and I'll try to find the answer to your question.
No problem, Prabhuji. Just out of my curiosity.
Yes, sure. So, yes, Prabhuji. So there's a nice story where we want to learn more about how the Puri Dham came into being, and then how the forms of the deities are there. So this goes back to the Satyuga, to the time of Manu, and there is a king Indradyumna. He is the king for Avanti Nagar. Avanti Nagar is today's Ujjaini, and his queen is Gundicha. They are very pious and great devotees of Lord Narayana, especially Queen Gundicha, is praying all the time, and they're always engaged in all these pious activities. Lord Narayana is very pleased with her. So one thing is they do not have any, children, and but they are unaffected by that, and they're always praying to the Lord. So while they were always hosting guests, once it happens that one of their parshad, he hears a group of devotees who were staying in the guest house. They were talking about Chaturbhuja Narayana, Neel Madhav, and they were saying that anyone who gets the darshan of Narayana, all his wishes are fulfilled, and he attains the Vishnu Rupa. So when King Indradyumna hears this, he gets very happy and very excited, and he sends his parshad back, and he says, go and ask them where we can have darshan, where do we need to go. So the mantri comes back, and he says that the devotees have already left from the guest house. So, excuse me. So the king immediately constitutes 4 teams, he says that you have to go and find out about the Chaturbhuj Narayana that is being discussed, and then I want to have darshan. So one of this team is his own brother Vidyapati, who's also very pious, and Vidyapati goes towards the east of Ujjaini, while the other three teams go in other directions, and they've been given 3 months each to come back and report what they found. So all the teams get back except Vidyapati, and they say that we could not find the temple and the Achvigra of Neelamadha. So the king is disappointed. However, he's very eager to hear about Vidyapati and also concerned as well, because the 3 months have already passed. Vidyapati keeps looking, and then he comes to a beautiful village near the shore. The village is very green, looks very uh, uh, laden with fruits, and he meets the people there and says that he inquires about, Neil Madhav, and then he says that I want to stay here, I need some place. So people point him towards a house which is Vishwavasu's house. So on the mountain top. So says that you can go to Vishwavasu's house, and all the guests, are accepted by him. Now Vishwavasu is from a lower caste, while Vidyapati is a Brahman. So he goes to Vishwavasu's house, and his daughter, his name is Lalita. She welcomes him and then asks him to wait until her father arrives. Later, Vishwavasu comes, and then he apologizes that he got late, and he immediately welcomes Vidyapati, and then tells his daughter Lalita to make all the arrangements to make sure that Vidyapati is very comfortable in their place, and then he says he requests Vidyapati to stay a few days with them. Now Vidyapati observes one very interesting thing. He notices that very nice fragrance is coming from Vishwavasu's body, and that fragrance is almost like as if he is coming from Goloka. So he's very curious about it, and he wants to know more about it. The days pass by, and then he asks Lalita that where does your father go each day in the morning, comes back, and then usually when people return home, they would be tired, exhausted, and they need to get fresh. However, he comes with such a bright face, and it's just such a nice fragrance, and he is so happy, calm. What is the secret of that? So Lalita tells him that no, I cannot, I'm vachanbadh, and I cannot tell about this to you. Later on, as the time progresses, Vidyapati and Lalita, they come closer, and they start loving each other, and then with the kind permission of Vishwavasu, they actually get married. So time passes, 3 months becomes 6 months, and Vidyapati is very curious. He has on his mind his mission, and he wants to inquire. So he tells to Lalita that now you're my Ardhangini, and you should help me because I want to go to this place. So after lots of discussion, she agrees, and she goes to her father and tells that you have to take my husband to the place. Vishwavasu gets a bit concerned, but then he agrees. He says that I have one condition. I'm going to put a cover over the eyes of Vidyapati and then take him with me. When Vidyapati learns this, he again feels that it's not going to help me. I have to find the Chaturbhuj Narayana Neel Madhav, and so I should know the location, I should know the way to go. He again takes help from Lalita. Lalita gives him a pouch of mustard seeds, and the plan is that when he goes in the cart, he will drop the mustard seeds on the way, and it's a rainy season, so the yellow flowers will come up, and that should help finding the directions. So he goes, and then Vishwavasu takes him in the cart through the mountainous, roads, mountainous hilly area, and finally they reach the temple. He lifts, removes his cover from the eyes, and immediately, as Vidyapati sees the Supreme Lord, Chaturbhuj Neel Madhav, he starts crying. Vishwavasu tells him that stay there, and I would like to go and collect for some offerings. So they stay there, and then they do the prayers to the Supreme Lord, come back, and Vidyapati is just in a different world. And the Lord self appears in the dream and then tells to Vidyapati that I'm happy here. However, I would like you to go back and tell to your king Indradumna that I would like to take his service. Immediately, Vidyapati gets ready. He wants to leave. Vishwavasu gets worried. He tries to hold him back, but again with Lalita's support, Vidyapati is able to leave from there. And he comes back to King Indradumna and he tells about his experience. Immediately, King Indradumna, is very excited, very happy, and then he says, "I'm with the queen and everyone. We are going to go and have the darshan of Neelamadhav." So they come, huge group, and they are able to trace the path with those flowers, yellow flowers. However, when they reach, they do not find the deity there. The king is extremely broken, very disappointed, and then he sends people all around, and then he holds up Vishwavasu and Lalita that thinking that they might have disappeared the Vigraha. And he is so unhappy that he says that I'm going to give up my life. And he sits, and then he starts taking Lord's name, and then immediately we have this divine Vani comes that actually I'm not the Lord says that actually I'm not going to give you darshan in this form. You will definitely get an opportunity to serve me. And the Lord tells that I'm actually going to get you darshan in Chaturdha form. So can anyone tell who is the Chaturdha?
Is it for some to refer Chaturbhuj form, Prabhu?
No, the Chaturbhuj form is the form of Lord Narayana, Neel Madhav. However, he appears and in the dream and he says that I'm not going to give you a darshan in this Chaturbhuj form. I'm going to give you this opportunity to serve me in the Chaturdha form.
I think
So,
dha is that wood. Is it?
the wood is another name is Daru for that. The
Daru.
Chaturdha is the who are the four forms in the Puri Dham.
Horrible. Jagannath, Baldev, Subhadra, and Sudarshana, Prabhu.
Yes. So that is the Chaturdha form. So he says that at the shore, a huge tree will come. You have to look for the signs. The signs would be there. The Shankha Chakra would be on that, and then you have to take it from there. So the king and the team, they're very excited. They're very happy. They come back and then they construct a massive temple, and then they're waiting for this tree to come at the shore. In the meantime, he visits Brahma's lok, and then he goes there to invite Lord Brahma to help set up the temple. And then as the time progresses, they, they this the tree stem appears there, and on the seashore. Now he puts it's massive, so he puts the best of his men, and then a lot of elephants are also employed to take the wood out, but they're all unsuccessful. So then again this Divyavani helps, and then he is asked to invite Vishwavasu and Vidyapati and his daughter as well. So they are invited. Vishwavasu holds from one end, whereas Lalita and Vidyapati hold from the other end, and then it very easily comes out. And they put that into a golden rath, and they bring it for setting up in the temple. So now what they got is a tree, and then the king has to do something for that. So what he does is he invites all the Shilpas, the artists, to come and make the deity out of that. But all of them very special. very experienced, with all the expertise, they come in and then they try, but all their metal tools, whenever they try, the metal tools, they all they fail. So the king gets worried. Then an old artist comes forward and says that I can do this job for you. However, I have a condition. I will work completely in isolation and I would need a time of 21 days. During this 21 days, I should not be disturbed. At any point of time, if I'm disturbed, then I'm going to, stop the work. The king doesn't have a choice and he agrees and he arranges for this, and then the work starts. Now, as the time progresses, they stop hearing anything. Any noise is not coming from, where the construction site is, because now if some work is going on the wood, you would hear some noises. Queen especially gets very worried, and she repeatedly tells the king that if the person who is carving, he dies, then you're going to get that sin. While the ministers tell, no, we should honor the words of the Shilpikar. He said that do not disturb me until 21 days. So we should not bother. But then the queen, keeps pushing, and then eventually the king decides that no, we should open the door and see. So after 14 days, they go inside. And they go inside immediately. The old man who's working, he said that I told you not to disturb me until 21 days. Now you have done as per my condition. I'm not going to continue further. And he disappears from there. So the king again feels very saddened by this, and he says that it's all my mistake. And then he decides that I'm again going to give up my life. Then again, through Lord's arrangement, they learn that no, this is how the Lord wanted it, and it's okay. So we get these forms of Lord Jagannath, Lord Baldeva, Mata Subhadra, Sudarshana, and they are established in the temple with the help of who? Who came from Brahmaloka?
Narayan?
No, Brahmaloka.
Brahmaji Prabhuji. Brahmaji Prabhu.
Yes, Brahmaji, because we are talking about Lord Narayan, right? Lord Narayana himself is Neel Madhav Chaturbhuj form, and the king wants to have darshan of the Chaturbhuj form. However, through Lord's mercy, he's been told that he will get an opportunity to serve, but he has to serve in this form. So that's how we get this wood in the sea, and from that wood, these structures are carved out. These structures are for Lord Narayana himself, is Krishna, and then Brahmaji is invited to do the the installation and inauguration of the temple. So then the Lord further goes on and says that Vidyapati, whose wife is Lalita. So Lalita's sons would be working on, Lalita's family would be working on preparing bhoga for the Lord, and sons from the other wife, the Brahmana wife of Vidyapati, they would be doing the puja there. The Vishwavasus, they are all the Deta, they call us the Deta community. They would be, taking the Lord in the golden rath. And King Indradumna is very happy, very pleased with this, and he prays to the Lord. And the Lord tells that you have done so much for the welfare of everyone, and I'm very pleased. And then through your devotion, I'm giving this opportunity to serve me. What do you want from my side? So Indradumna says that I want a boon from you, that I do not get any further vansha. So he says that if I have the vansha, then they will, some of them may not be as pious, and they may not be devotees, and they may fight over the riches. All the wealth here, everything is for your service, O Supreme Lord. So I do not want any further vansha. So such is the greatness of King Indradumna. The Lord is very pleased with him. Then the King Indradumna also says that, O Supreme Lord, I want that your darshan is available all the time to everyone. So how many, does anyone know what is a prahar and how many prahars are there in a day?
Char prahar, Prabhu, 4.
Okay, in the 24 hours, how many prahar?
4 prahar, no, Prabhu?
Okay, no, actually it is 8. So
Okay.
there is 3 hours each. So he says, King Indradumna, that only for one prahar, your temple would not be available for darshana. But however, for all rest of the 7 prahars, I request your mercy so that the devotees can take darshana. The Lord is very pleased, and Lord says that, yeah, I can do that. However, there is one condition from my side as well, that you should keep giving me something to eat all the time so that I do not get the nidra. So the king Indradumna is very happy, and he says that this is an absolutely great opportunity for me. I will ensure that the bhoga is continuously offered to you. So does anyone know in Puri Dham how many times the bhoga is offered to the Lord?
6 times, Prabhu.
Okay, this is a nice number. Usually, like if we have, our ISKCON temple in Mumbai, for example, yes, there would be 6 times, but for Puri, it is 8 times. 8 times the bhoga is offered to the Supreme Lord. So now there is the bhoga is what? Is it a normal bhoga or is it a chappan bhoga?
It's a Chapan Bhoga, Prabhu. Like
Yes, that's
combined
correct.
throughout the day.
Yes, yes. So what is why it is chappan bhoga? Why this, from how this 56 number comes?
No idea.
You
Prabhu,
see,
that
Yes, please go ahead.
या प्रभु वो भगवान ने जो गोवर्धन हिल का वो 7 days का पर डे का काउंट करके आई थिंक ऐसे था क्या?
Very nice, Mataji. Very nice of you.
Okay.
So we know the Govardhan Hill Leela. So when the Lord lifts the Govardhan Hill, he lifts with his right hand or left hand?
Left hand, Prabhu. Left hand, yes.
Yes, correct. Yes, the right hand always, the flute is there in the right hand, and Mataji, you're absolutely right. So he lifts through the left hand, and which finger of the left hand?
Small little finger. Small finger.
Yes, and for how many days?
7 days, Prabhu.
7 days, correct. Yeah. So we have the 8, which is coming from the prahars, and then we 8 times bhoga, and then 7 days from there. The Lord absolutely did not eat anything while he was lifting the Govardhan hill, and so 7 into 8 makes it 56. So that's how the chappan bhoga comes. So it's a very nice observation. So that's the story, and that's how we are set up in the Puri Dham, and that in the month of Ashad the Rath Yatra happens, and the Chaturda Murti, we talked about it, Lord Jagannath with his sister Mata Subhadra and elder brother Lord Baldeva and Sudarshan Chakra, they are there for our darshan, and who all these people, the glorious people who were involved, they were all blessed by the Supreme Lord. So their generations they are serving. So somebody is doing the worship. They're all called as the pandas there. Somebody is doing the archana, somebody is doing the cooking, somebody else is responsible for the cleaning of the temple, someone else is responsible for the Rath Yatras, and so this is all going on for generations. This is through the mercy of the Supreme Lord. Jai Jagannath. So next slide please, Swami Prabhu. Okay, So Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, as we know, he spent 20 years of his life at Puri, and he had a great influence overall there. He would go and have darshan almost every day. So, darshan for Lord Jagannath, is it available on all days?
Yes, Prabhu.
Well,
I think
actually,
that only स्नान यात्रा days में नहीं होता है. I think.
yes, Madhavi,
Yes,
correct.
14 days.
So out of the 365 days, we have the Rath Yatra is actually for how many days?
9 days, Prabhu.
9 days, yeah, that's correct. So it is 7 days, and then one day the Lord takes to go to one direction, and then the one day is for the return direction, so that makes it 9 days. And then there is something very interesting here, that the Lord also gets unwell during some time of the year, which is like he gets fever. So people would ask, out of curiosity, that can the Lord also get unwell? Yeah, that's true. The Lord also gets unwell for that period, and he is served a different diet during that phase. So when Brahmaji came, so Brahmagiri mountain is named that place where Brahmaji came, and it's also a place where there's a big mela, festival during those days when the Lord is unwell. So Lord Chaitanya, he used to take darshan every day, and for those days he would go there and take darshan. So he was ensuring that all 365 days he's able to take darshan. And now this place, Lord Jagannath temple, is also called as the Dwarka Dham. And when the Lord goes from his place to the Gundicha temple is also called the Vrindavan Dham. Also, so this Leela is about, the devotees, the gopis, everyone. The Lord is the king. However, they expect our Supreme Lord to, uh, see see him in the same way as they would see in Vrindavan. And so that's how it is, like the Lord is going from Dwarka to Vrindavan to greet them. And also the Lord Jagannath temple is called Nilanchal, and the Gundicha temple is called Sundaranchal. So so again, back to Lord Chaitanya. So he had a great influence there, the king Pratap Rudradeva. And we also know the story of Sarvabhaum Bhattacharya, who argued and later, got converted. He followed the preachings of Lord Chaitanya. And also, we know through ISKCON that Srila Prabhupada, he selected Lord Jagannatha as one of the chosen forms of worship at ISKCON worldwide, in all the temples we see, and in our homes as well. And we know that ISKCON promotes Rath Yatra throughout the world. So again, I would like to glorify Lord Jagannath, Lord Baldeva, and Mata Subhadra, and plead with all of you that we should be going to the Dhama. And the Supreme Lord is so merciful, so magnanimous, that it's specially meant for the people who want to make the least possible effort but still want to get mercy. When Brahmaji installed the pataka at the top in the beginning, while doing the installation, he says that just by looking at this pataka from anywhere, people would get relieved. So such is the glory of the Dham. And we discussed that, just by coming and having darshan and eating the prasad, you're done. And it cannot be the Lord himself with his eyes open is looking for you. The Lord himself with his arms open is looking for you. And, there cannot be a place where you get so much mercy and so easy mercy. So that's about the Puri Dham. There's so much to share more, but respecting our time, I would like to, take one verse and then open up for realizations and further additions. There's more, so in the future classes, it's possible, then I would be able to, share more details. So next slide, please. Yeah, so sorry, this slide. Yes, thank you. So this is from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 2, Chapter 3, verse 17. Ayurharati vai pumsam udyanastam cha yanasau tasyarte yat shanonita uttama shloke vartaya. Anyone would like to, read the verse, please?
Hare Krishna Prabhu, can I try?
Yes, Mataji.
Ayur harti vai pumsam udyan astmam cha yan asau tasho yes tasyarte yakshano nita uttama sloka vartaya. Sorry.
Yes, thank you, Mataji. Prabhuji.
Meanwhile, should I try, Prabhu?
Yes, Mataji. Please.
Ayurharti va pumsam udyan astam chayanaso tasyarte yat tasyarte yat kasano nita uttam shloke shano nita tasyarte yat shano nita uttam shloka vartaya.
Thank you, Mataji.
Hare Krishna, I will try Prabhuji once.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Thank you. Ayurharti vai pumsam uddayan astam chayan nasahu tasyarte yat kshano nita uttama shloke vartaya. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. So anyone would like to take the meanings?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, I will read. Both
Yes,
the
Mataji.
rising and by setting.
The meanings first, Mataji. The synonyms.
Okay, synonyms. Okay. Ahyo, duration of life. Harati, decrease. By certainly. Pumsam, of the people. Udyan, rising. Ashtam, setting. Cha, also. Yan, moving. Asau, the sun. Tasya, of one who glorify the Lord. Rite, except. Yat, by whom. Shana, time. Nita, utilized. Uttama, shloka, all good personality of Godhead. Vrataya, in the topic of. Translation by Srila Prabhupada, Jai Srila Prabhupada. Both by rising and by setting, the sun decrease and the duration of life of everyone, except one who utilize the time by discussing topic of all good personality of God. Hari.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Mataji. So all of us know that you can put the entire wealth that you may have earned, millions, billions. However, you cannot get back one shana that has passed. So the duration of life of everyone is, decreasing. However, those who are utilizing the time in glorifying the Supreme Personality of Godhead, they need not worry about this time lapse. So that's the translation, and there is a very long purport. However, I thought that with the story and with the discussions that we will have, we may not have time for that. So I just kept it to the translation. So here I would like to stop, and I would like to request all of you for any further comments, your realizations, and any questions. Thank you. Hari Bol, Hare Krishna.
Hey Krishna, thank you so much, Himanshu Prabhuji, for the wonderful session. And you took us in every corner of Jagganath Puri Dham. Okay, so we started from Jagannath Puri, and then we did the Rath Yatra of 3 kilometers long, and then we went to Gundicha temple. And now we will go to Siddha Bakula, which was the place where Haridas Thakur used to chant. And that was the importance of that place is because all the great discussion of Mahaprabhu's time, whether it is with Ramananda Raya or Rupa Goswami, or Sanatana Goswami, whoever comes, they all used to come to Haridas Thakur's place, and then they used to have all the spiritual discussion there. So now we are, after this long ecstatic Rath Yatra, we are all assembled in Siddha Bakula. And to begin with, may I request Her Grace Tanvini Mataji to please share her comments. Over to you, Tanvini Mataji. Hare Krishna. Okay, I guess maybe there is some problem, or maybe Mataji is okay.
Hare Krishna. Prabhuji, did you call out for me?
Yes, Mataji, yes. May I request you to please share your valuable words and comment suggestions.
Okay.
Yes. Thank you
First
so
of
much.
all, thank you so much, Sadhu Sevan Prabhuji, for the wonderful kirtan. And you just, as I said, you just reminded me of that day's lecture of Guru Maharaj, where he was saying that we always, when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu used to do kirtan, he had the simplest of the instruments. Like, if you are taking a harmonium or comparing it to a piano, what is a harmonium? It's like a wooden box, and piano is so advanced. And he used to just take the simplest of the instruments, and the main focus was on the Harinam and not on this thing. And these days what we are doing is like we get attracted by the musical lyrics, and it has to be, everything has to be in sync and everything. But as devotees, we are told to have a higher vision and focus more on the holy name. So when you sang, it seemed like it just seemed like you're singing from the heart, and you made us like forced us to focus on that holy name. So that was the beauty of it. And thank you so much for that wonderful kirtan, and making us touch ground for it. So thank you so much for that. Then Himanshu Prabhuji, I am extremely sorry because today the girls Anna Prashna is there, and I was like preparing everything. At that time the beta was going on, so the first half of the class I missed. The last ones where you were asking the questions and everything, then I got the gist of it. It was like Jagganath Puri's you glorifying the Dham. And yes, I heard the last bit of the story, and it was very nice. Plus the fun facts that you had given about the Gordon, I mean, I didn't know about that. So that was really wonderful. So thank you very much, Prabhuji, for the beautiful this thing. If the last part was so good, I mean, I'm sure the beginning would have been really nice. So I will catch up with that when when it is posted. So I'm sorry I missed that part, but the last one I really enjoyed, and it at least now I know about the 56 this thing. And I didn't know about that, why the, I mean, 56, like I had an idea, but now you're sure about it. Thank you very much, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Mataji. Really appreciate that you could still find time to join. It's a very auspicious day. Many congratulations to you for the Annaprasana ceremony, and thank you so much for your comments as well.
Bol. Wish both the girls a great Krishna conscious life, Mataji, in their life. So thank you so much for your valuable words. Next,
Thank you, Prabhuji.
thank you so much, Mataji. Thank you. Next, may I request His Grace Vasant Prabhuji for his comments, please.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, Danat Pranam. Sunil Prabhu, very nice Kirtan. So during the course of Kirtan, like you reminded us to remember the holy name like a very, very rigorously and very attentively. So amazing Kirtan and amazing comparing Prabhu. And Himanshu Prabhu, very nice class Prabhu, like a so we had the desire of going to Puri Dham. So we are still unfortunate. Like so, you you reminding us like the glories of Dham and how soon we have to visit. And it is amazing Dham. Like in Kali Yuga, only this Dham, not only like this Dham is without any like a condition, and all our sinful activities like uh, will be like a gone if you visit the Dham, like, and you will not have rebirth, like you don't need to take the rebirth like if you visit this Dham. So that much glories this Dham has. So obviously like a mysteries of Jagannath, like we can't understand. Even Lord Vibhishan also comes like to take the darshan. Demigods also like the Dham is closed for like I think 2 hours or something, but during that time like a demigods comes and take the darshan, like so Lord never sleeps. So he is Jagannath, as their name rightly suggests. And in the Yamadev also like a querying to Lord how I can be deprived of like not having anyone who does like so much of sinful activities. How I cannot take them to like Yamaloga, but Lord says like if they visit Puridam, like you can't take them to the Yamaloga. So that much glorious Dham, Prabhu. Like thanks for the wonderful class, and a lot of mysteries like yet to be answered. So only with Lord Jagannath's mercy, like we will be able to get to get a chance to visit Dham. Okay, Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Dandavat Pranam.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Prabhuji.
Prabhu, Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Is Preeta Mataji around you?
Prabhu, she was busy in like her father's Tithi today, like so she's busy in that particular thing. Sorry for that, Prabhu.
No problem. Haribol, Haribol. It's very, very auspicious day from all the angles. Yeah, Haribol.
All your prayers are required. Yeah.
Definitely, Prabhuji. Okay.
Hare Krishna.
Yes, Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Next, may I request His Grace Sant Gopeshwar Prabhuji and Mataji for their comments, please.
Haribol, thank you, Prabhu. Wonderful theme of Kirtan, Prabhu, Sadhu, Prabhu. So, thank you to you for arranging the nod from Prabhupada. So, I was always sure that I am in the lotus feet of the right person. Jai. Thank you, Prabhu. Himanshu, Prabhu, very nicely as usual, Prabhu. You have got a hold on the audience. So you have nicely arranged. You have kept the thing interactive throughout the time. And you touched upon the Jagannath. So as Sadhu Prabhu said, you actually took us to every corner of the Jagannath Puri, just to increase the taste, the enjoyment which we had. I would just like to add a couple of things. One is, as Vasant Prabhu said, we having face-to-face darshan of the Lord is itself for us to get liberation. And one of the scholars, during Chaitanya I don't know during the Chaitanya Prabhu's time, but one of the scholars who was not a bhakta, he challenged that. He said, "This is not possible. How is that possible that just by having the darshan of the face of Lord, I would get liberated?" And then when he went to visit Jagannath Puri, the doors of the Jagannath temple would not open, the darshan door. So the pandas tried hard to open it, but it would not open. The whole day, Lord did not give darshan, because this person was over there to take the darshan. And then in the dreams, when the chief of the pandas slept to meet the Lord in the dreams, Lord said that because of this person, he has doubt that he would get liberation. I do not want to give darshan to him. And then when the pandas hunted him out and then told him about the thing, he cried. He went to the temple of Jagannath Puri. He cried in front of the closed altar, and then suddenly the doors were opened. So this is how merciful, and this is how God exchanges. He has his loving relationship with all the devotees. When I say all, for him, probably we may say Uttam Adhikari, Madhyam Adhikari, Kanishta Adhikari. For him, it doesn't matter. For him, everyone is devotee. And he sees equally with everyone for his wide open eyes. So even he has not got his eyelids because he does not want to even lose uh, a chance of skipping some devotee that who has come to take his darshan. So he does not want to even skip his uh, that what particular microsecond or so, and he wants to always see all the devotees who has come to take his darshan. And he is so merciful because we have some rules at Jagannath Puri that non-Hindus are not allowed. But Jagannath Puri is so merciful. Jagannath is so merciful that he says, if you are not able to come in, don't worry, I will come out. And this is what he does in Rath Yatra. He comes out with style, and then he gives darshan out to everyone in the Puri, and now with TV medium, everyone across the globe. And that is his special mercy, which if I'm correct, no other deity, uh, no other main deities of the temple, they do come out. It is the Utsav Murti only which are brought out, but the main deities are never brought out of the temple except for Jagannath Puri. So that is just that is again one of the great mercies of Jagannath Puri. And while we say chant, while we say, I mean, as Prabhu, you took us all through different yugas and then at last chant. But unfortunately, people in this yuga also do not chant. So Krishna says, oh, you can't change, don't worry, at least eat my prasadam, that is enough for you to get liberated. So Krishna is so desperate that he wants us back to him. So he's trying different means, not even chanting, at least eat baba, that is at least what you can do, eat my prasadam, and then you would be liberated. So thanks Prabhu, thanks for uh, refreshing our memories when we had been in Jagannath Puri. It was a different experience. If anyone has not visited, I request that you should visit and experience at Vrindavan, Jagannath Puri, and Mayapur are all totally different. You get different moods. I do not know how. I was in Jagannath Puri. The next day I was in Mayapur, and I had got a different mood altogether at Mayapur. So each dham gives you a different mood. All of them equally blissful, uh, and we should all take advantage of visiting dhams. Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you, Himanshu Prabhu. Hari Bol.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Am I audible? On it.
Yes, Maharaj, we can hear you. Yes.
Hare.
Correct.
Okay, thank you, Prabhu. Very nice kirtan, Prabhu. Sadhu Sevan, Prabhu. Awesome kirtan. And the way you are always innovative, Prabhu. You took us to to Prabhupada and then to Goloka. Hari Bol. Hari Bol, Prabhu. Yeah, Himanshu Prabhu, as usual, I always think, why are you not in main? Always hearing after you, I feel that you should go preach exclusively like throughout the world, Prabhu. The way you speak, you have so much good stand on your language. The way you speak, the interaction you do, it's like it's very awesome, Prabhu. The way you do it. Haribol, to add on to what you said, Prabhu, it is been said that Jagannath, I would like to speak on Jagannath Yatra. Jagannath Yatra starts much before than the actual day. It starts on Shukla Ekadashi, where Rukmini and Krishna are being tied knot of marriage. And then 4 days after that, as Himanshu Prabhu said, it's birthday of Jagannath deities, like they've been installed on that day and by Lord Brahma. So after 4 days, Snana Yatra happens, where Jagannath and Baldev and Subhadra Mai are like all take bath, 1,000 or something. Like pots of water have been poured on them, and then they fell sick. So Lord Lakshmi, Lord Rukmini, Goddess Rukmini or Goddess Lakshmi, she also she serves Jagannath for 14 days without eating, without doing anything. Like she is completely tired. She goes beyond her comfort and she serves Jagannath. And Jagannath comes back to census on the 15th day, but Lord Goddess Lakshmi is tired and she fell asleep because as she has served Jagannath. So, and then Lord Jagannath slowly unties his what do you call this? His pallu from his thing from Lakshmi Devi's pallu, and then he leaves to leave see Radha Rani and other Vraja gopis. Who are they? They usually say that Gundicha is like Vrindavan, and Jagannath Shri Mandir is like what do you call this? Dwarka, or where Rukmini Devi resides. So, and after that, Lord Jagannath goes to Gundicha temple, and then it happens that it's 3 kilometers, but it takes 2 days to reach Gundicha temple. And then Lord Jagannath is there in Gundicha temple, and then Goddess Lakshmi gets to know that Jagannath has left him and went to meet his Vraja gopis. So she's very sad, she's very depressed. It is said that she starts eating very little and very people food which is very eaten by sick people, like palak and rice, just palak and rice. And then after a while she goes and speaks to Vimala Devi and says her problems to her. Then Vimala Devi says that you have to go and take back to your husband. You cannot leave your husband there. So she now she's in sulky mood, but she dress her up, and then she goes to that temple. And then Gundicha temple with all her people, and then she goes there and she actually chastises the Pandus over there. Actually, now it has been enacted like that. Chastises the Pandus over there, and then she breaks one of the part of the chariot, and then while coming back, and she makes sure that Jagannath knows that she's angry, and then she comes back to Narayani temple. There is one Narayani temple, and then Jagannath is now very nervous. He comes out of Gundicha temple, Vrajagopis and Radha Rani disappears from there, and then he comes out from the Jagannath comes out of the temple, and then he stays for some days, 7 days or something like total in Gundicha temple, and then he comes out, and then meets like fast forgiveness from Goddess Lakshmi once in Lord Narayani temple. But Goddess Lakshmi is very angry, but still he again asks for forgiveness second time. This time she comes out, and then she just circumlates her husband and goes back to Sri Mandir, the original temple, Jagannath Puri temple. So, and then she enters the Jagannath's Jagannath, she enters there, and then Lord Baladev and Subhadramaya are allowed to enter the altar, but Jagannath is not allowed to enter the temple. So because Lakshmi is not allowed, this is Sri Mandir, so it's her property. So it's not he is not allowed, and then Lakshmi Devi's maid servants are not allowing Jagannath, and so Bhadramai and it has been shown in one of the like picture that how Subhadramai and Baladev are making fun of Jagannath and all, but it's very funny. And then he goes to Jagannath tries to pacify Goddess Lakshmi, Rukmini Devi, Goddess Lakshmi, that by wearing opulent dress, it's known as Shuna Vesha, golden dress. And then she goes to, she visits, she somehow got pacified that, oh, now he is not Vraja, no more a Vraja person, he is my Dwarkadish. So basically, and then he is allowed, following day, he is allowed to enter the, what do you call this, main altar. of Jagannath Puri. That's it, Prabhuji. Hari Bol.
Wow, thank you. Thanks so much, Mataji, for this very interesting insights, and also as always for encouraging me. Wow, very interesting observations and very interesting, new inputs. Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Now may I request Mamta Mataji to kindly share her few valuable comments and her realizations today.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Your voice is very disturbed, but I could understand my name. Hari Bol, Sunil Prabhuji, starting from you. The way you started, Hare Krishna. Am I audible to everyone?
Yes,
Yes,
Mataji.
Mataji.
Okay. So, yeah, Prabhuji, Sunil Prabhuji, starting from you, uh, you did not only did the Sankirtan, but you made us all to the point, to the edge, the way you put us, okay, take this moment as your last and sing with me. And this is what we started our day. Thank you so much. Very innovative, very new idea to put us across. And literally that time I was actually in that mode and I had tears in my eyes. Thank you very much. My dhanwas to you and to Srila Prabhupada. Next, coming to Himanshu Prabhu. Wonderful class, Prabhu. As always, very simply, very nicely, the all complicated things you put forward in a very simply, it comes to the brain and heart uh, in a very simple manner. So there were many things which I got to understand, and I learned were many facts which I was not aware of it. However, we all know Dham, this Jagannath Dham, like Chappan Bhoga, and most importantly, Chaturdha. So we all know Jagannath himself, Subhadra Mai, Baladev, Sudarshana, but all together they are called as Chaturdha. So for me, it was new to know. Not only this, many other informations I gathered. I I realized that like how Lord, as Santosh Prabhu mentioned, that there are other deities, but uh, Lord Jagannath is so merciful कि भाई साल में एक बार मैं आके तुमसे मिलता हूँ. शायद तुम लोगों के पास टाइम नहीं है. Maybe you don't have time, but I will come personally to meet you. So this is again a lesson for us that when Lord has time to come out for the devotees, and he has this humbleness. So where we stand, nowhere. Uh, Third and most important thing, Prabhu, you elaborated the yugas very nicely, very beautifully. Once again, very simple words you put, and it just goes to the mind and heart both. So, as Puja Mataji said, you should preach actually, Prabhu. We are getting one chance, you should get 2-3 chances. So. Yeah, very touching, Prabhu. And I got a virtual tour of Jagannath Puri. I don't know when I'll be able to go in person. However, I had plans last year. Let's see when Lord Jagannath is going to give me the darshan. Haribol, I will end up my realization with the line which we always use in Jagannath Ashtakam. Jagannath Swami Nayan Pathgami Bhavatu Me. Jagannath Swami Nayan Pathgami Bhavatu Me. May Jagannath give us all the blessings and his bhavya darshan soon. Those who have done, I wish, or they should also get the chance to go again. And those who have not been there, may Lord Jagannath call us all soon. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thanks again, Mataji. So nice of you for the encouragement and for your, insights and learnings. Thanks. Thanks again.
Bol. Thank you so much, Mataji. Next, may I request Ati Sundari Devi Dasi to kindly share her comments, please.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you, Sadhu Prabhu, for nice Kirtan, wonderful Kirtan. And now, Himanshu Prabhu, it's a really amazing class, as all Mamta Mataji, Pooja Mataji, Santosh Prabhu, same thing I would like to say. Your class cut short, simple, straight to the topic. And best for you don't go here and there. And a specialist, specialty in your class is interactive session. You are make busy to all of us. So very wonderful class. I just want to share that because you covered everything and the rest of the things all Prabhujis and Matajis covered. So I don't have nothing to say. Just want to share that meaning of Jagannath. So Jagan means Jagat ke Nath, the Lord of the universe, and Nath means that nose pin, Nakuni. So we caught all the bull by putting rope in his nose, like same Lord Jagannath caught us with the rope of that Maya. So this is the meaning of Jagannath. And because today we are in the holy dham of Jagannath Puri, so I want to recite a Jagannath mantra. नीलाचला निवासाय नित्याय परमात्मने बलभद्रा सुभद्राभ्यां जगन्नाथाय ते नमः. That's all, Prabhu. Thank you so much, Prabhu. Wonderful class. You are best preacher, Prabhu. Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Wow, wow. Thanks so much, Mataji. No, I don't deserve this, but I really appreciate all of you encouraging me and for interesting, very, very interesting additions to, whatever that we have been discussing. Very nice of you. So I would now request Sadhu Sevan Prabhuji, with your, as everyone said, when you did the kirtan and your comments, I was kind of speechless. It was difficult for me to start off. So I would request you to share your comments. Before that, I also want to thank all the preachers whom I heard before coming to this class. And I also learned that just as we have Ramayana glorifying Lord Ram, we have the Bhagavatam that we go through, and we also have Lord Jagannath Katha. And this the senior preacher, I would encourage you to listen to His Grace Dwijraj Prabhuji, and he tells that this happens almost every quarter, every 3-4 months in the Krishna temple in Vrindavan, and it may be there for other places as well. And he also glorifies that when we have these kathas, whosoever is sponsoring, gets special mercy from the Lord. So whenever we are sponsoring for prasadam, for bhoga, and then prasadam, wherever Lord Jagannath is being served, then you will get very special mercy. So over to you, Sadhu Sevan Prabhuji. Thank you so much for managing this and your very, very special start.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. So, Prabhuji, first of all, there are no words to explain the way you had taken today's session, Prabhu.
And the reasons for that is following. First, you started with where we are, all the yugas, okay, the importance and the method to reach the Lord for each yuga. Then current yuga being Kali Yuga, you explained what is the process to reach there. Then you told, though this is the process, but in the second part, where you explained the qualities of Kali Yuga, attributes of that, you almost made us to like believe that for us there is no possibility. Mand Sumand, right? There is no fortune, Nidra Devi. But I assure you, Prabhuji, whenever Nidra Devi got this boom that you can go in the Bhagavatam class, then they would have put a condition apply that, provided Himanshu Prabhuji's class is not going on. because of your interactive session, you ensure that Nidra Devi is not get, she does not get a chance to take over. So, and then the very, very interesting facts about the Dham, okay. Many of them were very, very new, and I had never heard about them. So your simplicity, bounded by the very natural flow, was amazing. And I definitely agree with everyone, requesting you to start the preaching and contribute to Srila Prabhupada. So, and in addition to that, Prabhuji, I will just say Jagganath is Jagannath because there is no difference between all the incarnation. They all are like Krishna is supreme, and all are like has expanded from Krishna in one form or another. In case of Jagannath, he ensures whichever form, whichever mood, whichever place, however we are, with both his hands, he is readily, fully ready always to embrace us. And Jagannath does not even wait for, like in all other places we see, first you have to surrender, right? And then I'll show you the mercy. But little bit surrenderness you have to show, Krishna says, right? In case of Jagannath, he says, forget about anything. Once Ramanujacharya goes to Jagannath Puri, and he, looking at the Pandas in Jagannath Puri, he instructs them that though you are serving the Lord very nicely, but this, like that you have to increase the standard, okay? Because he is a supreme Lord. So you cannot worship him the way just that you want. You should at least follow some standards. So that same night, Lord Jagannatha, to whom Ramanujacharya is very dear, okay, he kicks Ramanujacharya from Jagannath Puri. And morning when he wakes up, he is not doing Jagannath Puri. So Ramanujacharya is the wonderful example for we all Vaishnavas to live our life. But the point that I'm trying to highlight here is Jagannath Puri means no rules, just love. Because this is what is, as Sant Prabhuji said, is both the eyes without the lid. They're just waiting. So they are waiting. If we keep our eyes open for 2 minutes, it's not possible. 1 minute, not possible. 15 seconds, provided we are told that you don't have to blink, not possible. That Jagannath, that our Supreme Father is waiting 24/7, right? He does everything to ensure if a father is playing with the kid and he becomes elephant for him, and then he does anything to make the child and to entertain the child, and he does everything. So Jagannath is doing everything. He's coming to our door. Okay, he's pretending as if he's actually sick to make us realize that I'm one among you and always waiting for you. So, so Jai Jagannath. Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for taking us to the wonderful Dham and making us remember the Jagannath. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Very nice, very interesting comments and additions again. Yes, this all of us have so much to share, and there's so many facts. This can go on through the day. So thanks again, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Yeah, there was disturbance. I'm
Yeah.
not sure if it was at my end only or everyone
No, Prabhuji.
did, and that was the best part of today's session. And I was speechless. I struggled to,